parts. In each part, you'll hear a number of different extracts. At the start of each extract, you'll hear this sound. You'll hear each extract once only. Remember, while you're listening, write your answers on the question paper. Part A. In this part of the test, you'll hear two different extracts. In each extract, a health professional is talking to a patient. For questions 1 to 24, complete the notes with information you hear. Now turn over and look at the notes for extract 1. Extract 1. Questions 1 to 12. You hear a GP talking to a patient called Daniel Anderson. For questions 1 to 12, complete the notes with a word or short phrase. You now have 30 seconds to look at the notes.
Hi, it's Daniel, isn't it?
Yes, Daniel Anderson. That's right. Hi, Dr. Hampton.
I haven't seen you for quite a while. What brings you in today?
Yeah, I probably should have come in before now.
Okay, well, that's fine. So, how can I help?
Well, basically, over the last couple of weeks, I play football on Sundays, and a bit more than a couple of weeks ago, I was getting a bit more tired than I used to be. Like, I'd get out of breath in the game. I'd get puffed out. But more recently, it's been little things like walking up and down the stairs and stuff like that. That's got me a bit tired as well. So I was just wondering what's wrong with me, really.
Okay. When did you first start feeling poorly? Can you remember?
That's the thing. I had a cold, you see. Well, I thought it was a cold. I had a sore throat, and I was quite under the weather for that, but I've never really recovered since then.
And how long ago was that?
That'd be about a couple of months ago now.
Couple of months. Did we see you with that?
Well, so I made an appointment on the phone, but I didn't come in the end.
No, I didn't see you on the computer. So you just basically managed that yourself and,
Yeah, I thought it was getting better, but it's never really... I suppose that's never really gone away entirely. So maybe it was something more than a cold. I don't know.
Okay. What symptoms were you getting with that cold at the time?
Bad sore throat. My glands felt quite big as well. So, I was just really tired, really, no energy.
Were you short of breath at that time during the cold?
Yes, but not as much now. That's why I've come in now, because it's gotten worse. It's got a bit more noticeable. But the cold symptoms have gone away now, pretty much. I still get a bit of a sore throat every now and again.
Right, okay. When you're at rest, do you get short of breath?
No.
No. Okay. Ever had asthma?
No, I've never had asthma or any sort of chest problems as far as I can remember. Nothing like that.
And do you have a particular diet? Are you a vegetarian or anything?
No, I'm not a vegetarian, but I hardly eat any meat either. I eat a lot of fried rice and instant noodles from the university cafeteria. The food's quite cheap. I know I should eat fruit and vegetables, but I'm a student. I suppose my diet is terrible, if I think about it. Some days, all I'd have is instant noodles and some hot chips and the usual 4 or 5 cups of coffee.
You drink a lot of coffee then?
Yeah, it keeps me going with all the assignments and things.
Okay. Have you noticed any problems with abdominal pain or indigestion?
No, nothing severe, no.
Nothing severe? Have you had some from time to time?
No, not really. Well, I've had some mild discomfort occasionally, but that could just be indigestion, I suppose. I don't know, it's something I've had on and off for years, really. It's nothing new.
It's nothing new, okay. Any nausea or vomiting with this?
No.
What about your bowels? Have they been working normally?
Yes, been fine. I haven't had any diarrhea or anything.
In particular, not past any black or very dark motions?
No, nothing like that.
And what about family history? Is there a family history of people getting anemic, for example, for any reason, as far as you're aware?
No, not that I can think of.
No one's had any sort of blood disorders or anything?
No, nothing like that, as far as I'm aware. My parents are very fit and active, and my brother doesn't have any health problems that I know about.
Right, so they're all fine as far as you know. So, Daniel, did you have an idea in your own mind what this might be?
I thought it maybe could have been related to the cold I had, because one of my friends did have glandular fever around, like, a few months ago, because my glands were up. I thought it could be related to that.
You hear a GP talking to a patient called Mrs. Wright. For questions 13 to 24, complete the notes with a word or short phrase. You now have 30 seconds to look at the notes. Afternoon, Mrs. Wright. I'm Dr. Kildare. Now, unfortunately, your usual GP is away today, so I'm going to help you if that's okay.
That's fine. Thank you for seeing me.
Okay, so I've got some notes, but it'd be helpful if you could tell me in your own words about the problems you've been having.
Well, Dr. Grimmett asked me to come back and check in about my foot. I've had gout, you see.
Okay, so just remind me, what happened with your gout?
Well, the first time was late last year, about 2 or 3 months ago. Dr. Grimmett had to treat me at home. It was pretty bad. I could hardly walk. We used steroids in the end to get a hold of it. I had the prednisone tablets, 30 milligrams for 5 days.
Right.
All the blood tests showed that I had the tendency to gout from crystals, so Dr. Grimmett gave me the allopurinol, trying to calm that down longer term. The doctor said to contact the clinic if it got worse, or come back around now just to check in.
Right. So we haven't seen you. Is that a good sign?
Well, I had, it was a good job I had the repeat prescription for steroids, because just after Christmas I had a bit of a flare-up again. I suppose I was eating a bit too much rich food and probably had more to drink than normal, but I have been watching it a bit. The doctor recommended I drink more water. He said 8 glasses, a couple of litres. And I've been trying, but it's a lot, and I'm busy, so I don't think I drink more than 6 glasses through the day. But it's definitely more than before.
Right. Well, that's really good to hear. Water can definitely help, so it's great that you're keeping that up. Sorry, do you mind just describing where the swelling was when you had it?
Yes, sure. Well, both times it started down the side, kind of at the base of the second toe on my left foot there, and then the whole foot swelled up across my smaller toes to the outside of my foot.
Ah, I see.
And both times I started getting a lot of pain, and it was all kind of spreading down from that area, and it went across the toes and started swelling up quite badly, really hot and inflamed. But it never goes to the big toe. So the second time, it never swelled up quite as bad as it did before, but I think I caught it in time when I went and got the steroid tablets from the chemist.
Good. So how long did it take to settle down once you started the tablets?
It was a lot better than last time. I went straight back down within a week, so it was a lot better.
Right, and when it settled down completely, is it back to normal?
No, it's never been back to normal. I still have pain on that second toe where it always was right from the start, and I've still got it now.
Right, and how are you getting on with the allopurinol?
Yes, it seems to be better. I don't have any problems with it. I'm taking them okay, but like I say, that second toe is still giving me a little bit of a problem.
I see.
At the time, the doctor actually wondered if it might be a stress fracture, but I had a foot x-ray and that was clear. But I just think it's a bit unusual that it's still sore, and at the same time, everything points to gout, and the blood test confirmed that was the most likely thing. But that toe, it isn't the usual joint, as you know, for gout. It's usually the big joint, isn't it?
Yes, that's right. The big toe is typical.
But when I had the flare-up, the steroids really helped quite quickly. I stopped taking painkillers after 2 days at most. I feel like it's less severe and we've got a hold of it better. So I guess that means the allopurinol is helping, right?
Yes, I think so. So I'm still quite keen to carry on with that tack.